What's the difference between homeschooling and unschooling?
To be charitable, and I'll start by being charitable. Unschooling is the philosophy that says because life is about learning, you don't need any structure, that they will learn everything they need by having them walk through life. And there's some truth to unschooling, but there's also some real lacks that somebody who's unschooled gets to in the end. Because all they do is they see the now and the immediacy of now. So unschooling is the theory you just live with your children and your children will pick up everything that they need. And there is a sense that they will pick up, they'll know how to go shopping, they'll know how to feed, they can even learn an occupation, right? You can do unschooling and teach them how to build things, and they can go be a carpenter. But that isn't how societies are built. That isn't how societies are changed. There's more to it than that. And some of it is understanding where we came from. It is understanding language so that you can express yourself to people beyond your circle. There is a lot of other things. And you need schooling to do that. You need schooling because it's not just we want to be able to reproduce ourselves. And in the end, unschooling at most can just reproduce yourself.
The problem that I would have with schooling wasn't that it was deliberate. It was that I didn't like some of the things it was deliberately doing. In the end, you need to be deliberate in your child's life. You need to be, like Dan was saying, you need to have goals, and those goals start to turn themselves into real decisions that you make. And unschooling is sort of like taking life as it comes at you. And yeah, you have to be flexible enough to take life as it comes at you because you're not in control of everything. But you don't stop making plans because you're not in control of everything. You don't stop being deliberate.
And the reality is unschooling can get you pretty far. I mean, people act like it can't. The reality is it can get you pretty far because I'm not sure that it doesn't get you as far as public school usually gets you. The reality is you could even argue that it gets you further than public school typically gets you because at least you have somebody that's integrated in life and the ability to do things in the world. But still, we should have a higher expectation than that.
I mean, somebody asked me this question 10 years ago, and I've always thought it was a good question. They said, if I told you that I could take you for 18 years and have you for 18 years until you were 18 years old, and at the end of that time, the only thing I would swear that you were qualified to do was flip burgers, would you consider that I had used your time wisely? And I understand school sort of, but I mean, that's not a horrible summary of what school promises, is it? And so there's a part of it where, like you said, I think
you'll end up with.
I think with unschooling you can get farther than that off of. So I mean, but at the same time, I would reject unschooling because I think it lacks a deliberate aspect to it that you owe your children and you owe the world and you owe God.
But if you haven't set goals, you're actually unschooling in a lot of ways.
Yep.